If you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe and become part of this community. Oh, and also, go cop that fresh merch and listen to my new songs in the description. Lil Baby is dropping his new album, It's Only Me, in less than 24 hours. So this is like the final lap that we gotta run before we get to Lil Baby's new album. There's a lot of stuff that people expect from this, so today I wanted to go over what we can realistically expect from this new album, not only off of my own hopes, of course they're in there as well, but also from what we've seen so far, what we've heard so far from the album. So let's jump straight into this and let's get this. So recently I put up a poll on my YouTube channel, and maybe you voted on this. You know, if you have, please let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to see everyone who's part of the active community on here. But I asked y'all how much Lil Baby is selling in its first week, the album obviously. And when we look at the poll, the results, we had 10% that said less than 50K, which was obviously also, you know, I didn't think that he was going to sell less, but apparently 10% of y'all thought that. We had 25% that said 50K to 100K, which is still not a lot considering like the amount of, you know, the amount of influence that Baby has in the game. The majority of 47% of y'all said 100K to 150K, and only 18% said more than 150K. And this is really interesting because, as we can see, more people said that he was gonna sell below 100 than people said he was gonna sell above 150. And when we look at the first week numbers of, for example, My Turn, which was his latest big album, likely the one that we can compare this one to the most, because My Turn was his biggest album, you know, to this day, and the one that launched and propelled him to this mainstream success that he is now experiencing. My Turn sold 197,000 first week. So definitely more than, you know, the majority of y'all said. And I have a couple of reasons why. First of all, you know, a lot of album sales nowadays are generally low. Like, people are not buying as much music as they used to. But also because of new rules that Billboard put in place where, for example, merch bundles don't count into album sales anymore. So that's another reason, which, you know, took place after Baby dropped My Turn, but also maybe just because Baby just hasn't been hitting the same, you know, recently. And we can find a couple of reasons for this. We can look at the stats for his latest two singles, which were Detox and Hey, and Detox really didn't do too well. It only got about, like, I believe it's like 6 to 8 million on YouTube for the video, which is not bad at all, you know, still like above what most of these rappers do, but still for like a Baby single that was supposed to be the child of this new album, like the song that everybody, you know, really gets hyped for the album for, and the one that's going to carry the album, just like Whoa did it back in, you know, end of 2019 for My Turn. That really wasn't the same with Detox. And Hey, the single, it's, I think, generally being perceived better than Detox, but still not to the point where it's like a really chart-breaking single. I think it hasn't charted yet, to be real with you. Like, I've been looking at the charts, at least on Spotify, and Hey didn't make it in there, which is definitely not something that Baby's used to. You know, even the couple of songs he dropped back in April, so Right On, In a Minute, and Frozen, all of them made it into the Spotify top 50 charts, while the new two singles, I think Detox did, but Hey didn't. And that's why I'm a bit concerned. A lot of y'all also expressed this under the last video I dropped on him, which, by the way, that video is everything we know about this album. So if you want to learn everything we know about this, make sure to go check out that video right before the album drops now, so y'all are up to date on everything. I also put together a playlist with all the videos in there, so head over to my playlist on my channel and make sure to watch the playlist. But what I said is, a lot of y'all also said that the singles just hadn't been hitting the same. The singles were not as big. The singles were not as exciting as the singles were before My Turn, which were Whoa and Some to Prove, both of which proved Baby's abilities to make a hit with Whoa and to start a trend, and Baby's ability to really motivate you and to really tell his story of how he came up and worked hard to get to the place where he is today, and motivating the listener to do the same. Both of these new singles, Detox and Hey, just haven't done the same. Even for me, I gotta put myself in there as well. I don't feel Baby's really like getting to the old peak that he was at right before My Turn dropped. And so this is really interesting to watch because it obviously also tells us a lot about what we can expect from this. I actually expect this thing to also sell less than My Turn. Just when you look at the singles don't add a lot of replay value to the album. Not a lot of people will go to the album just to listen to Detox or Hey. I also don't perceive this in the culture right now, while back in 2020, end of 2019, beginning of 2020, a lot of people were like into Woe and Some to Prove. So that's also a reason why a lot of people went to the album. Also, My Turn stayed charting for a very long time because the deluxe added songs like The Bigger Picture or the 42 Doug, We Paid, which was huge as well. And so, this one doesn't even have a deluxe. He confirmed that this album will not have a deluxe. So even less reason to have this charting longer than it, actually turns out to be. And also when we look at the track list, a lot of the tracks, the majority of the tracks, except for 7, so for 16 tracks, he's going completely solo, no feature, nothing. I don't think that we've seen him do the solo thing twice now, Detox and Hey, and he hasn't been able to hit the same. Maybe a feature will actually prove to be what really revives this album and revives some of the singles on here that people now don't turn to when it comes to the album. So only 7 features also takes away a lot of the possibilities that a feature can add to the whole album. And I'm a really big Baby fan. So when I think about this 16 just solo Baby tracks, to me, those hidden gems, those deep cuts in the albums, especially also on My Turn that he went solo on, are some of my favorite songs on the whole album. But for the mainstream majority of people listening to this, I don't think that they will find those gems and really make them a hit. And so that's why I also think not a big hit will come out of this record. I don't see this as like a huge problem. I think Baby after this will have something that's going to elevate him again, into those bigger ranks. Obviously something like a Drake feature will do that. As I said, I was expecting a Drake feature on this album. We didn't get it. Maybe there's something coming with Drake afterwards. The two of them have recently linked up on tracks like Staying Alive, for example. Also Wants and Needs, the Never Recover off of the Gunna tape. Also, what is it? Of course, the Yes Indeed, which was the big single, obviously. So the two of them, I think, definitely got some coming, which will also help Baby get to that level again. He's been getting big time placements like the FIFA World Cup anthem, like a couple of like the Axe deal he got going on for the deodorant, stuff like that. Is just, he's been getting some big placements. So he's definitely a superstar. It's only a question of whether this new album will perform at a superstar level. But I think at this point he's at right now, a lot of people will tune into the album, and even if it doesn't sell as much first week, if the quality of the music is still good, then he can prove to a lot of people that he's still someone that needs to be reckoned with, and he can show people that tune in to him for the first time, maybe because of a couple of these big deals that he got, that he's someone worth listening to and will discover a lot of new fans. So that's kind of like why I'm a bit worried about Lil Baby's new album, It's Only Me, when it comes to the first week numbers. Y'all proved it. Y'all also really worried, and if you go into my last video and you check the comments, I replied to every single comment, so make sure you also leave a comment on this one, let me know what you think. But a lot of y'all said that y'all also weren't as, really like incentivized to listen to the whole album by the 2 singles that we got so far. And that maybe that's a big problem, maybe it isn't. We're gonna have to wait out and see. It's coming out in only a couple of hours. We are also having a listening party for this album tomorrow. Announcement still coming, but make sure to tune in on Twitch. I'm gonna have the announcement up on the YouTube channel, but I just want to let y'all know, if you made it to this point of the video, that the listening party is happening. The announcement is probably live by the time you're watching this, and I hope to see a lot of y'all there. But this is what I think, what to expect from this new Lil Baby album, and why I'm a bit worried. Now I want to know what you think about this, though. Are you worried about this new album? Which option did you vote on the poll that I put up? Let me know in the comments down below. I think that would be really interesting to see who's behind the numbers and see their explanation why they chose the option that they chose. I think that would be really interesting, so let me know in the comments. And in general, everything you got on this, your comments, your opinions, your theories, your expectations, your hopes on this, please let me know in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and y'all take care.